Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com with a new brand hailing all the way from Australia. So a lot of times people ask, how do you know, or how do you get brands to sell? How do you know what sells? And the truth is, generally we don't know what is going to resonate and what is not. Years ago, I would send out loads of cold calls to various companies and try to, if I think their watches are interesting, and try to get them in. Some replied, some didn't. Then even the ones you do get, eventually striking a deal with and selling, it doesn't mean your customer is going to resonate. It doesn't mean you're going to keep the brand. So there's a constant, flushing of brands out and in. The last couple of years, though, with there's been a big birthright of microbrands. I find that a lot of microbrands have been petitioning me to sell their good on my website, which I love. It takes a lot of the work out for me, and then I can look and say, yeah, kind of puts the approval onus back on me rather than the other way around. I was contacted by Second Hour, I want to say, what month are we in? Sometime in the summertime, beginning of the summer of 2024. The watches are finally here. I said it's a brand from Australia. The kind of family nature of the brand, the small business owner brand, reminds me of Henry Archer in a great deal. Similar price points. I won't say the watches are similar, but they're very colorful as well. And I get this kind of same feel that when I talk to them, I know that they are actually hand inspecting the watches. They are actually, if you reach out to them with the customer service inquiry, they are the ones replying to you, which I think is awesome. Because still in today's crazy time of Long Island Watch, I still respond to a ton of email. I know it means a lot to people. That's why I continue to do it. On my own wrist today, one wrist, Formex Space Gold Essence Legera. And on my other wrist, I'm not going to show you because it's a new Islander. It's a solar diver. It's coming out in about a week, so you'll see it then. Anyway, let's check out Second Hour. The brand Second Hour has been around for roughly 5 years or so. Not my first time hearing about them. I probably heard about them maybe about 2 years ago, on and off, but I really didn't know much about it. And then when they reached out to me, and I looked at the watches, I loved them, so I got them. They all come in some kind of a zippered pouch, which is useful. There's no watch in this one. I'm showing you the pouch, but a little card, screwdriver for sizing. It's the little things that count, and a travel watch pouch. So in really no particular order, we'll go over. I have 4 of them. I have 4 of them here. Whoops. Don't worry about that. That was not a watch. It was a UV flashlight, honestly. I have 4 to show you, okay? They each represent a different style. In each style, I have a couple of colors. I have 13 models in all on the website. This is the Second Hour Gin Clear Mark II watch with Arctic dial. And, white dial. There's, like I said, I think there's 3 or 4 other different dial colors. It is variation. I just kind of tried to pick something with a little bit of variety for each one. But you will follow a recurrent theme. All the movements are excellent movements. The bracelets are fantastic. The crystals are sapphire. The usual stuff. The clasps are that, toolless micro adjust. So let's go over this guy. So it's a 40 millimeter diameter watch. It's 12.3 thick to a flat sapphire crystal with inner AR coating, 47 millimeters right there on the lug tip to lug tip, okay? It is a solid embossed case back. You do get a little turtle, little sea turtle. He is swimming in the ocean. He looks nice, doesn't he? We have a 20 millimeter clasp, and the bracelet is solid end link with quick release bars. It is, of course, sized with screws. Show you that right there. The bracelet itself is a mix of brushing and polishing. And the clasp, as I said, it's a logoed clasp, but it's got that, that push button thing. You do that, and then it kind of slides in and out to give you that just right fit without needing a tool. Water resistance is a full 300 meters, and we are looking at 185 grams with all the links on. So a little bit hefty. Nice weight though, nice feel. The bracelet to head balance is very, very good. Priced at $759. I did not mention the movement. The movement is a Swiss ETA 2824-2. Yes, an ETA. When was the last time we heard about an ETA in a non-Swatch Group watch? At least on this channel. Probably not in a while. Hand winds, hacks, 40 hours of power reserve. You pull out the crown, set the time, the seconds hand will stop. One click out will change the date. The date is nice and balanced, located at the 6 o'clock position. We'll come up a little bit on the dial. As I said, this is the Arctic White dial. I love how they did the 12-4-8, kind of unconventional in today's terms. Usually you see like a 12-3-6-9 dial, but 12, 4, and 8 for the markers. Just adds a little bit more visual appeal, the name, and then the water resistance directly below it. The bezel is ceramic, it is lumed. It is a 120 click unidirectional ratcheting bezel. Let's see, we have a nice little red line, a little witness line going around the crown. I think it's more of an accent. That's not really one of those lines that tells you if the crown is deployed or not. So this is the Gin Clear Mark II. So the Gin Clear Mark II also has a couple of ripple versions, a red and a blue, I believe. So I'm obviously showing you the red version. So basically the watch is the same as the one you just saw. As far as specs, size, weight, price, $759, 40 by 12.3 by 47, yeah, 300 meters of water resistance. But the dial itself has this kind of ripple pattern in it, like if you were to have dropped a pebble into a calm body of water and the ripples are emanating from the center. Almost looks like a radar screen, super cool. And those ripples, I don't know, they're awesome. They go right through the markers. Nifty, nifty. And the bezel itself on this one, so the bezel on this is going to be stainless steel. It's still loomed, but it's stainless steel, okay? The case back will be the same. The bracelet is the same. Micro adjusts, etc. Turn that up for you, 120 clicks. It is a color matched date wheel. Let's get that correct. There we go. Color matched date wheel, silver hands, markers. We'll do the lume at the end so you can see them all, but they are all going to glow just fine. So while you know I am definitely a diver person, this watch, I don't know, I think this one might take the cake for me. This is the Mandala Mark III, and there is something about the dial. Look at that texture. Is that beautiful? And the markers, how they kind of encroach in on it, and you have a little line drawn around the markers. Tons of detail, lots of little things here that you can pick up on. I think there's 4 of these that I got. This is the bullseye. It's a white dial with a blue surrounding. There's all, like I said, there's like 4 different colors. You could check them out on the website. It is a screw down crown. Let's go over some of the details. 40 millimeters in diameter. 10.5 thick to a flat sapphire. We are dealing with a Miyota 90-15 movement now, so that's a 28,800 beats per hour movement. So your seconds hand is ticking along just like the Edda's at 8 ticks per second. 47 millimeters on the lug tip to lug tip. We have swapped the solid case back. It's not a diver now. We now have a nice exhibition case back with a customized rotor, so you can see that 90-15. We are looking at a 20 millimeter clasp, a beautiful 7-link, yeah, I think it's 7. It is a 7-link bracelet as it clasps. 7-link bracelet, brushed and polished. It still has the plastic on it. These are all sale units, so I don't want to fully deplastic the bracelets. Still has the micro adjust. Excuse me, the micro adjust, yes, but I meant it still has the quick release pins on the lugs, and it has the quick micro toolless clasp. It is sized with screws, of course. Weighs 165 grams with all the links installed, and it is water resistant to 100 meters. Look at that dial. I just want to show you the dial again, kind of the guilloche pattern to it, almost like it's turned on a Rose engine. Super cool, really nifty. So I really like this one. This is stainless steel, obviously. It does have a surface hardening treatment to try to resist scratching a little bit more. Oh, I did not mention price. $568 for this one. And then that's going to bring us to the last one I want to show you. And as I said, there's a couple of different dial colors on this one also. This is the Sattelberg Mark II. I went for the copper dial to show you guys. This nice sunburst radiating copper dial. Beautiful watch, isn't it? Beautiful dial work. So Sattelberg is a hilltop in New Guinea, has significance to the Second World War for Australia, turning point of the war for the Pacific. You can see the inscription on the back there and the date. It's 2 years before the end of the war. And let's see, so let's go through it. We have another Miyota 90-15 movement, okay? So 20,000 RPMs per hour, 40 hours of power reserve, 40 millimeter case, just 10.5 thick, that flat sapphire with inner AR, and another 47 on the lug tip to lug tip. Really, really sleek looking case, right? Like nice and thin, great brushing and polishing. The edges are done really nice. It's very sharp, not sharp in the way you're going to cut yourself, but it's very sharp looking polishing, really refined. I showed you the solid case back, right? So instead of an exhibition like you just saw, it's a solid case back with the etching on it. And we have a 20 millimeter bracelet, the same one you just saw. Quick release pins, quick adjust clasp, 185 grams, 100 meters of water resistance. So unscrew it, pull it out, set the time, wind it, change the date, one click. So the date is shown above the 6 o'clock position, like on the first three I showed you. So it's a nice balanced date position. Beautiful, beautiful dial work. Absolutely wonderful. Second hour watches from Australia. Very nice. Let's go through the Lume, and then I guess I'll do two wrists. I'm gonna do this one and this one. I might have said I'm gonna do Lume first, but I lied. So here is the Gin Clear Ripple with the red dial, the Mark II with that red dial. Great sizing for me, 47-ish on the lug tip to lug tip, and it'll fit me just perfect. And here is that Mandala. It's the same case, I believe, as the Sattelberg. So I'm just gonna try on one of them for you. There it is, beautiful, and I love that dial. That's gorgeous, gorgeous. There's also like a silvery blue dial too. Lots of nice options for you. First up is the Mandala. It's got that BGW9, so it glows a little bit tinge of blue. Ditto for the Sattelberg, but it's got the full Arabic, so that looks really nice as well. And then your two Gin Clears are going to be exactly the same. Isn't that cool how the kind of like that triangular formation of the 12, 4, and 8, a little small detail, but I think it looks really, really nifty. The Lume is awesome. You have a little bit of C3 on that 12, 4, and 8, and then you have BGW9 elsewhere. Beautiful. And I think that's going to wrap it up for us here today. It has been Mark from LongIslandWatch.com showing you second hour watches. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Questions, comments, anything else you want to say, put it down below. I'll be sure to address it as soon as I can. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.